G'day guys, how's it going? I'm Aza Whitnall, this is Aza World Sport, and this is going to be a tough one to do. The Europa League was an absolute snooze fest from the English team's perspective this week. Southampton, you know what, it's going to be a really quick one because there's not actually that much to talk about. Southampton drew 0-0 away to Beer Sheva in what was a very dull game. Not really anything to talk about from it, to be honest with you. Good point for Southampton, still unbeaten. If the group keeps going the way it's going, then it's going to be between Southampton and Beer Sheva, and it's going to be whoever wins at St Mary's. Southampton weren't at full strength. They rested players like Charlie Austin. Maybe that's why not too much really happened for them from that perspective. But I can understand why they want to focus a bit more on the league than the Europa League. But yeah, there's just not really too much to talk about. So, good point. But that's about it. And as for Man United, oh man. Whew, it was tough to stay awake in that game. But they got the win. That's what they were after. Zlatan Ibrahimovic scoring again. What a start he's had to his Man United career. But again, it's a game that you would expect them to absolutely hammer Zorya. But they didn't. They kind of treated it like a training session, in my eyes. It did highlight the fact that Fellaini and Pogba do not work in the midfield together. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure Fellaini's a nice guy and he's a good player for a certain standard, but I just don't think he's the quality that Man United need, and I think it was clear to see that in the game. So, not the best performance. United got the win. People have already forgotten about the Feyenoord defeat because they see it as a blip because, Feyenoord lost to Fenerbahce. United have won since that game, both against Leicester and now against Zorya, so it's all in the past, really. I think United will just see where they go, but Jose's attitude, you can clearly see he's not that fussed about the Europa League. He's making it pretty evident, and yeah, if you want to go along and watch a Man United training match, because that's the way they're kind of treating it, really, then go and watch him in the Europa League. But aside from that, there's not really too much to talk about because United aren't particularly taking the tournament seriously. They just see it as a bit of an opportunity to play a few players that aren't playing consistently or try one or two things. And if they get knocked out, they get knocked out. I don't think anyone will be particularly fussed. They got the win against Zorya, even though it was 1-0. Win's a win. Zlatan scored again. That's the only positive. But yeah, aside from that, that was pretty much it in the Europa League this year. This week. Not too much to talk about, which is disappointing because I want the Europa League to be taken seriously by our teams. I think Southampton will probably take it more seriously than Man United because they want a decent European Cup run. And obviously, if whoever gets knocked out in the Champions League comes down into Europa League, we can see some more exciting ties. But aside from that, there's not really too much to talk about at the moment because the games are dull. So, yeah. But that pretty much sums up everything from the Europa League. From an English standpoint this week, hopefully the coming weeks be more entertaining. But yeah, I'm Aza Whitnall. I hope you enjoyed the video blog, even though there wasn't that much to talk about. As always, please leave your comments below. Were there any real key points that you guys saw that I may have missed? Leave your comments below. As always, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And for all things wildlife, adventure and sport, please subscribe to Aza World TV. And hopefully in the coming weeks, the Europa League will become more entertaining from an English perspective.